No, I've talked to him, and he broke his nose, probably has a concussion, lost a couple teeth, big laceration on his forehead, and broke his hand. So that hasn't changed. So more than likely be out about a month, and I haven't talked to anybody from the league, so and just wait to see what's going to come down from that hit.
When you've seen the hit now, and you've probably seen it a few times, could there have been anything done to prevent that hit?
Yeah, the player not hitting him. And I know where this is going. Everybody's going to say the player is supposed to protect himself somehow, any more than if I shot you right now, I would say, well, you should have been wearing a bulletproof vest. And I can just see where this is going. A player has to protect himself. I think the onus has to be on the people who don't have the puck. We're asking people to make plays, whether you're going into the boards in your own end and you've got to get to the puck and make a play, or you're coming up the ice trying to be creative. I don't think if somebody's going to take your head off, that you should be just getting rid of pucks and protecting yourself. Imagine what our game would be if that's all we have out there, where the responsibility's on the people with the puck rather than without the puck. So I mean that's I've always felt that way, and there might be a time to think about the team paying, or the punishment should be on the team as well as on the player. Where you get suspended for a hit to the head or a hit from behind, the team has to play with 17-2. A deterrent to a team, because you can always go out and get another guy who can fill that role or do that kind of thing. It never really hurts the team. Obviously, it hurts the team on the receiving end.
Holmberg told us if it was him, he'd probably get 20-game suspension. I mean, is a time?
Well, he's a repeat offender, and he should. If he did that, he should get 20 games. To be perfectly honest with you. And if you're a repeat offender, I don't think Kostopoulos has ever been. I don't know if he's ever been dinged for anything like that. But the fact that even whether he apologizes, whether he buys Rhino a new car, or whatever he does, he should still be punished for the action. Imagine that's a Hall of Fame game. I can't imagine how many kids across Canada would have been watching that game, and you don't punish somebody. What is the message to everybody else? And everybody watches how we play. I don't mean the Leafs, I mean the NHL. And this is where it all starts. It's not lack of respect. Kids wear all this equipment now, and they can't get hurt when they weigh 75 or 80 pounds. You can't hurt each other. But when you get to our league, when you weigh 225 to 250 pounds and you go around bashing guys and they don't have all the face shields and everything else, people get hurt. And we have to take that out of our game.
So if it's not lack of respect, Ron, what is it then? What do you do about it?
No, it's not. It's lack of knowledge. I don't think it's lack of respect. I saw Kostopoulos. I read his lips on TV. He was really concerned about Rhino. But I could go through a list of things in society that I don't want to get into, where people on the receiving end of something get the blame for the action, and you take away some of the responsibility from the doer. And you could imagine the things that I'm talking about, and I think we have to really look at that in our league. It's not, again, you learn all this stuff. Carrying high sticks, kids play with shields. I've watched college hockey as an example. And, other than decapitating somebody, there's a lot of non-penalties on high sticks and things. Clink a guy, well, if he's wearing a full face shield, you're not going to cut him, so it's not a penalty, no harm, no foul. You come into our league after playing that way for your whole life, it's awful hard to change those kinds of habits over a short period of time or ever. So it's actually some of the stuff I encourage finishing your check, and you're asking guys to crawl right to the edge of the line and not go over it, and it's difficult.
Would a shield have made any difference, you think?
No, not at all. No, and I'm telling you, it's a 200, I'll bet you Kostopoulos weighs 220 pounds. and your head's right there. I mean, put a pumpkin against the boards and run into it and see what happens to the pumpkin. Put a full helmet on the pumpkin, it's still going to squash, you know. So that's the stuff. I like what the PA's doing. I believe that Glenn Healy's going around showing players safer ways to take people out, realizing when somebody's vulnerable, and it's just it's basically about knowledge too.
On top of everything else, Van Ryn was playing pretty good defense.
Yeah, but he'll come back. He'll be fine. I guess if you get all your injuries out in one bang, broken nose, couple teeth, broken hand, concussion, that's a season's worth of injuries all in one shot. So you can get it over with and move on.
Ron, would you be surprised if the suspension was minimal?
No, I've been around long enough to see big suspensions that surprise you and no suspensions that surprise you. So they'll make a decision, and we'll have to live with it.
I guess the one thing you do have going for you right now is all the options on defense, and even with Ian White being able to play a couple positions, a couple guys that were in the press box in Montreal, and that's something you need now.
Yeah, you need depth on defense, probably there more so than anywhere else. So somebody's going to get a chance, and they'll step in there. But Rhino's played well enough. I told him when you come back and you're ready to play, you'll be right back in the lineup.